In a small, unremarkable town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there stood an old, forgotten house at the end of Elm Street. The locals spoke of it only in hushed tones, their stories tinged with unease and curiosity. The house had been empty for decades, its once vibrant paint peeling away to reveal the gray, weathered wood beneath. Yet, it was not the house itself that drew whispers, but the phenomenon that was said to occur within its crumbling walls. Legend had it that the house was haunted by an ancient force known as teleplastia, a phenomenon that manifested ghostly images in surfaces like walls and floors. It was an anomaly so rare and enigmatic that it defied all conventional explanations. The phenomenon was said to occur whenever someone of great emotional distress or unresolved sorrow entered the house. Their emotions would somehow seep into the very fabric of the building, leaving behind spectral images of their deepest fears and regrets. One dreary October evening, a young historian named Sarah, intrigued by the lore surrounding the house, decided to investigate. She had always been drawn to the strange and mysterious, and the tales of teleplastia fascinated her. Armed with a flashlight, a notebook, and a camera, Sarah approached the house, her breath forming small clouds in the chill air. The front door creaked ominously as she pushed it open, and she stepped into the dimly lit foyer. The air inside was thick with dust and the faint scent of mildew. Sarah's flashlight beam danced across the walls, revealing peeling wallpaper and the remains of once grand chandeliers. She made her way through the house, her footsteps echoing eerily. As she ventured deeper, Sarah found herself in a small, cluttered room at the back of the house. Its walls were bare except for one, which was covered in a faded, tattered tapestry. As she approached, she noticed that the tapestry seemed to shift subtly in the flickering light of her flashlight. It was as if the fabric itself was alive, reacting to her presence. With a deep breath, Sarah lifted her flashlight and directed its beam onto the tapestry. To her astonishment, she saw faces emerging from the surface, faces twisted in sorrow and agony. They were fleeting and indistinct, but their expressions were unmistakably anguished. The sight sent shivers down her spine. Sarah's heart raced as she studied the faces. They seemed to be reflecting her own inner turmoil, the stress and sadness she had been carrying from a recent personal loss. As she examined the tapestry more closely, she realized that the images were shifting and changing, as though the tapestry was continuously recording and displaying the emotional energy she brought into the room. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah took several photographs of the faces and continued her investigation. Hours passed, and as the night grew darker, the atmosphere in the house became increasingly oppressive. The faces on the tapestry seemed to grow more defined, their expressions more intense. It was as though the house was feeding off her fear and despair, amplifying the teleplastia. Finally, exhausted and overwhelmed, Sarah decided to leave. As she stepped out of the house, she glanced back one last time. The old, weathered facade seemed almost to exhale a sigh of relief, as though the house had been waiting for her to leave. In the days that followed, Sarah analyzed the photographs she had taken. The faces on the tapestry remained hauntingly vivid in the images, a stark reminder of the mysterious force she had encountered. She couldn't explain the phenomenon with certainty, but she knew one thing for sure. The house held secrets that were far beyond her understanding. The old house at the end of Elm Street continued to stand, its tales of teleplastia whispered among the townsfolk. Some claimed it was a place where lost souls left their mark, while others believed it was merely a figment of collective imagination. Whatever the truth, the house remained a testament to the mysterious and unexplainable forces that sometimes lurk just beneath the surface of our world.